My name is Amy Gillespie, and I am an advisor on the Effingham County Inventory Project here at the Effingham County Museum. The Effingham County Museum is the old courthouse, and basically what we do is we collect just about everything, all sorts of objects from Effingham County's history, and display them and educate the public on the history of Effingham County and kind of where we're going today. I actually have a master's degree in museum studies. So in part of my training, what we learned to do is how to take a collection and digitalize it, put it in the computer, keep records. While having a collection is awesome, you also need to know what you have. So while the volunteers here all know the history of the town, we don't quite know what we have and where we're keeping it. So when I came in about 4 months ago, what I started to help doing is to begin that digitalization process. So what we're doing is we actually assign a number to every artifact. We assign a number to each collection when we receive it. And then we put it into a program, museum software program that basically describes what the object is, what its numbers are, where it's located, as well as a picture of it. So that if someone comes in and says, I want to learn about World War I, what kind of World War I artifacts do you have, both on display and in storage, we're able to pull up that computer file and point it out right away. Museums only display about 2% of their collections. So you got to think, well, everything that's around here, this is about 2% of what we have. So by having that computer program and having all of our artifacts in the computer, not only do we ourselves know what we have, we're able to show the public and change artifacts in and out. We're taking pictures, so along with a record that says the number and like what the artifact is, it's a top hat, this is who it's from. We also have a picture. So if we're looking for something, okay, we know we want to do a display about hats, let's look at the hats. So we're able to look at the pictures and then determine what kind of condition. Because some of the stuff we're dealing with is well over 150 years old. That kind of stuff doesn't keep well. It starts to deteriorate. So by taking pictures of it, not only are we able to tell what its condition is, but also what it looks like. We might just have it in the system as top hat. Well, which top hat? By having a photo of it, it makes it easier for us to know what's what. This is a pretty constant process. Right now we're playing catch up. We're doing 2016. Everything we received in 2016. While members of the board have kept records, everything's paper records. What I'm doing is kind of taking those old records and putting them into the new system. What behind me, what they're working on is we're starting fresh. We're putting everything into the computer. In the future, what we're looking to do is every time we receive an object, we'll start putting stuff, we'll start organizing it like this. So we're getting on board with the way almost all the other museums in the country do it. I know in my 3 months, I've cataloged at least 500. We're probably looking at 5,000 to 6,000, and that's probably a low ballpark because artifacts it's not just the big things. I mean, every sewing needle we have, that counts as an individual. I wouldn't properly be able to estimate how large our collection is because I can't even fathom it at this point. Exactly, that's a big thing. While almost everything we have is invaluable, the insurance companies like to know what we have. If we can't prove to them what they have and we go to make a claim, they're like, tough, we didn't know that. The other thing that's really cool for the public, a lot of bigger museums do it, is being able to put this all online. Like I said, we only display about 2% of what we have. The Met in New York displays all of their artifacts, these records are all online. So you can say, I want to see something, like I want to see a dress from 1890. And every dress that's in their collection is also on their online collection. Yeah, it's very, very neat because a lot of that stuff, people like me, I may get to the Met once in my lifetime, but to still be able to enjoy that and learn from that is a really cool thing. Effingham's a small town, but by doing this, we go towards the path that not only do we share it with our community, we can share it with the world. Culture in this country, stuff like this, I mean, right now Effingham's a growing community, and this is just a testament to our heritage, to show people not only, you may see the McDonald's off the interstate, but we are so much more than that. While we celebrate the past, we also celebrate the future. Things like right now that things that I've lived through in my lifetime. 9/11, we had an exhibit on 9/11. Things that we wouldn't consider history. 10 years down the road, they are. So by actively collecting, as we are, we're kind of getting a jump on it for the next generation. We live in a country right now where people don't always see the value in small towns. So by doing this, not only do hey, come to Effingham, we're a great place to live, but also, we've been here a while. Look how far we've come. Right now, we live in a country where museums are often on the chopping block. We're an underappreciated resource, and while we may seem like a building on the middle of the square with a bunch of old stuff, it's so much more than that. And I invite people to come in, take a look, and support us. Without volunteers and without donors, we can't do what we do. And like I said, we're not just here for this generation, we're planning for the future.